There's a pipe that runs from here to the airport. They offload the airplane fuel here, and then it's piped out to the airport. And there's steady been a leak there for 2 years that I know of, maybe 3. It's the third largest, like I said, it's the third largest aquifer in the world, next to only the Amazon and the Nile. So anytime it's polluted, it's not a good thing. This here is where they bring in the jet fuel. And yeah, this is where they offload the fuel. But the leak, you can see the pipe down here. We go down here, I'll show you. That's where it's bubbling out of. Because like you said, not only do we fish out of it, people swim in it. Mark Twain piloted it, you know. I mean, it's the mighty Mississippi. And it's been steady flowing that way for several years. I would say to you that our mother, the earth, is pissed. Kind of shit like that oil. Things are fixing to change. You know, and I'm not exactly a Christian, I'm an Indian, but the wanting people, they will inherit the earth. And one reason being is they know how to survive. A lot of these poor folks that you're filming, you know, when the shit hits the fan, they'll be able to survive. Or most of them, not all of them. But that's all I've got to say about that.
We call them encampments, and actually there's 3 down there. There's Sparta is one of them, Dignity Harbor, and then Hopeville is the most recent development down there. We kind of said no foul, no harm. We're not attempting to evict people, although they are squatters. And if individuals choose to do things that result in some public safety or some nuisance or some hazard to themselves or other people, then the city is going to be forced into a position to probably do something to rectify that. Now, I don't know what that would be, but unfortunately there's, I think, excessive use of alcohol and drugs and other things among some of the individuals there, and that's a very volatile combination. I mean, as far as OG's concerned, his attitude about Hopeville, they were fine, and all these other people show up. They're doing things that they'd obviously not do at Dignity Harbor, but it's making them all look bad. I told OG the same thing. I said, this place is jeopardizing everybody down there, because you can't selectively say, okay, you got to go, but you can stay. If it goes, it all goes. Their behavior is jeopardizing what happens to Dignity Harbor.
Last winter, 30 below zero, we were here. We didn't have no buildings. We had tents. The worst of the worst things. Dirty, stuff, water dripping in our food. We throw it away and recook. But we took in so many girls, had them warm. This winter, it's gonna be colder. And excuse me. It's gonna be a whole lot harder. What they call us, if they don't call us the homeless at this camp, they call us urban campers. I can't understand, but hey. We're not all that, but they think we are. It's true. We're just trying to make it. Of course, you can hear my camp coughing. They're all sick. That's why I'm out here building. I'm back in health, so she's sick. Oh, she's sitting in there. That's Bruce's old lady. Al's old lady's her niece. She's sick. They're sick in that tent right there. Gary's sick. You can hear him coughing right there. Grandpa, cancer. My old lady, cancer. The other ones are coming back. All have cancer. We're all dying. It's all dying cancer. Well, we will be carried off these fields in body bags. That's what we vowed. We mean it. There's no need to be sad for us. We've all had good jobs. I used to put stuff on the New York Stock Exchange. When you come in here, like we tell them, we'll take anybody. A girl will take, a couple will take, but we don't take single men. Single men got this problem about going out drinking and want to party, and when they come back and holler at women, no, we ain't playing that. That's why our name's Dignity Harbor. These women are going to keep their dignity, and we're going to harbor them at all costs. We do not care half an hour we have to get down, and we will if we have to, but we're not the violent type. Should they have to get there? Well, we can go that route. Come on, we're vets. But we never have to. We don't hurt people. We walk them off, make them leave. We're not like the other camps want to beat people up, have an ambulance and all that. No, that ain't what we're here for. So that's what we do.
When my wife died, I hit the road and sold every damn thing I owned. And I've been traveling around these United States for quite some time. I got a few other camps that know me, a grandpa, the old man. And one day I hit St. Louis, and me and his guys, we kind of hooked up, and this all started.
This is all oak from here all the way down. Right here, this is all oak.
Oh, that's the ash over here.
Over here too?
No, that's my oak.
We sell it by the rank and the core. The rank is 16 inches wide, 4 feet tall, and 8 feet long. A cord is 4 by 4 by 8. A cord of seasoned oak is probably about $450. That's
That's a lot of wood.
But we don't charge that much. Now everybody's seeing dollar signs of what we got going on down here. There's one person that's donating a lot of money, a lot of materials and stuff. That was one of the contributing factor to us moving away from that corner.
Yep.
One morning, honk, 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 honk,
Right where
and
that
I
fire
stepped
pit
out,
is.
and there's
Those
5
vehicles.
one-ton vans coming
coming
down
down.
through the field, and they stopped down and dropped everything. I mean, tons. And they dropped so much stuff off, we couldn't have used it in a year. But we knew where there were several other camps at, and instead of just hoarding it or throwing it away, whatever, we spread it out where it needed to go, where we felt people could use it. And that's when people started calling us the homeless, helping the homeless. These other camps, especially this one down here, I'm kind of worried about. There's some real unsavory characters down here. People I've done a lot of time with, and I know what they're about, and they just don't have any business down here.
Hopeville's not a place I would tell nobody to go. Yeah, it's kind of rough down there.
They got 4 or 5 drug dealers down there. Meth, heroin, crack, cocaine, weed, and whatever else you need. But they don't see nothing wrong with it.
It's like today I had to deal with a situation where some guy jumped another guy. I had to call the ambulance, the cops showed up and all this, and I was like, now you see why I drink. No.
You know, Hopeville is a real visible problem that concerns us all. I don't know if you're aware of the fact that there was a pretty significant fire down there. Started, as I understand it, by one individual. Propane blew up. It caught 3 other tents on fire, and all 4 of them burned up. So our preference would be that they not be there and that they accept the services and come in, particularly on a night like tonight. It's going to get close to 0. That literally can be life-threatening temperatures, and given that they can't force people, to accept services. But that's the way the world is.
My name is Ray Redlick, and I am the Vice President and Assistant Director of the New Life Evangelistic Center. And we continue to reach out, helping the homeless, the poor, the disenfranchised, finding creative solutions to the problems that people face through the love of Jesus Christ. I know it is sometimes controversial. I know the city leaders probably would rather not have it there, although they're kind of on a peaceful coexistence status right now, I would say. But they're pretty much on their own, and it still is a community there. It certainly meets a need, because if all of those people were to come into the shelters on any given night, I don't think all the shelters in St. Louis would be able to accommodate them.
We got started at the Tucker Tunnel. The deadline, I think, was May 14th last year that we had to be out, because they have to, the bridge was falling down on the road over, and we were down in the tunnel, and it was starting to fall in, and with this new bridge they're putting in and all that, they wanted to fix that. When the deadline came, they really hadn't given us anywhere to go, so we just came here. And OG and them were already here, so I think that was probably part of it, why we ended up here. And in 2 days there were 80 of us down here. They couldn't really stop us.
You hear about the big fire they had down there? Got through propane in his own tank, in his own tent, and set the fire.
How come?
who knows?
And I'm texting him, and he goes, we've been seeing a lot of Hopeville on the news. And I'm like, he's like, take the smokes away. I'm like, what are you talking about? Take the crack lighter away. That's what that is. And he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, the guy was high on crack when he set his tent on fire?
That's what I heard.
He set his own tent on fire because somebody stole his DVD player. Okay, I can comprehend.
They said that he was smoking on the news. They said he was smoking and fell asleep.
Bullshit. He took a big blast of crack and went in and threw gasoline all over his tent and threw a match in it. That's what he did. It was his. A man can burn his own stuff up, right?
Yeah.
But he had 2 other tents right next door that belonged to other people that he burned down too.
The fire? Yeah, I'll plead the 5th on that. Keep it in Hopeville.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I had 27 years.
Really?
For what? First degree robbery, first degree burglary, first degree assault. I used to be a bad boy. Believe that. I used to be a bad boy.
It seems like you've changed though. You're
I
a good
changed a
guy.
whole lot. Yeah, I'm retired. I'm not going back to prison. I am not going to steal a piece of bubble gum. I ain't going back. I'm too old for that shit.
Well, we didn't want to start it. All we want to do is just live and be left the hell alone. All this that's happening now, I mean, damn, it just happened. Don't regret it. None whatsoever. I'm glad to right here doing it. I mean, this is, if you believe in God and everything, this is what God has meant us to do. One day I will probably give all this up and get back to it again, but right now, I can actually do more damn good out here than I can if I was involved in church.
This one's very playful and very ticklish on the belly. We got Kiko right here. This one's actually mine. This is the one I'm keeping. And he attacks me. He won't let me go. Kimberly Martinez. In October of 2009, my husband got real abusive and did some stuff to me, and I ended up in the hospital. After they released me from the hospital, I went to a group home which was severely abusive and neglectful, and I came here to Dignity Harbor. I feel 100% safe here. I know there's a lot of stuff going on with my soon-to-be ex-husband, trying to hunt me down, trying to do stuff to me and everything else, but I know for a fact that I'm going to be here and I am 100% safe.
We got tired of people not doing anything to keep the kitchen clean. So one night we up to do this. Whoever the lowest man or woman was on the dartboard was the one picked to doing the job, but that only lasted for a second. So that kind of faded out. So we went over here to the calendar. It's enough of us, like on the 22nd, Al did it, on the 23rd, Hope did it, and we go on and on down the calendar. That way it can't get confused and everybody's got their own shot at cleaning the kitchen. My name is Al Taylor, and right now I'm just out of work trying to make it like everybody else. I found out about Dignity Harbor. I was actually staying at Hopeville at first, and things weren't right down there, so it just became unsafe. And I just came up here and I started talking to Bruce, and Bruce welcomed me in. That I just moved up here and I was welcomed. They gave me everything that I possibly needed to survive, and we've just been up here trying to get set, you know, for our big chance to get out of here as far as getting a job and an apartment. But I like it up here. I've met a lot of good people, and to me, this is home. Dignity Harbor.
Whoa, it's doing good.
He's hot.
God bless America.
The man's almost 7 feet tall. He's almost 7 feet tall.
He was good looking, wasn't he?
And not someone you would think
Right now,
would be having country music.
it's Christmas, and everybody's spirits are just nice and high. It kind of makes you feel like home, even though we're stuck here in a homeless camp.
Oh, man, we had turkey, we had ham, we had roast beef.
I'm just like most excellent roast
catfish.
beef.
We had the good shit going down.
Me and my wife are happy right now. You know, our spirits are a lot different than a lot of the people around here because we don't just think about Christmas. We still think that we got each other. But a lot of people around the camp, their spirits are gonna drop because, how do you say, all the publicity of Christmas is gonna leave. And it's gonna be back to the ho-hum drum like way of life of just trying to exist without something to keep you pushing forward. And that's what people don't understand. It's not about bringing by a turkey or a pair of socks or, saying Merry Christmas. It's about being back out there in the rat race, having a job, a home or apartment. A way of life for America. And that's all me and my wife want. We want a job. If I can get a job and just get up in the morning and eat breakfast, come back and see my wife after work, I'm happy.
Cowboy, my thumb broke again. Oh, fuck, what'd you do this time? I have no idea what I did this damn time. Somebody give me a lighter, please. I'll give you a lighter. So I can blow myself up. Cowboy. Thank you very kindly. Well, baby. All right. I want to bullshit.
No cussing on camera, Grandpa.
I don't give a flying fuck about that camera.
Grandpa is a man's man. He doesn't want to sit idle while everybody else does the work. But Grandpa's got bone cancer. His density is 65%. He's not supposed to swing a mallet or a sledgehammer, but this damn fool keeps doing it anyway.
They call me Grandpa. I ain't gonna tell you my real name. My health condition is I have lung cancer, brittle bone disease, and I'm dying. I'm a disabled vet, and this is where I choose to live. Come on, boy, I'm gonna take you back in. It's too damn cold out here.
Merry Christmas to you, whoever you are.
I enlisted in the military when I was 17 years old. And that was back when Vietnam was going heavy and strong. I mean, good God, they didn't give a shit who you were as long as you pull a fucking trigger.
Here in Vietnam, he fights a war unlike past wars.
My daddy was a diesel mechanic, and that's what I went in the military to be. By the time I was 17, I had a 5th degree black belt in martial arts. And plus I'd boxed for 4 years, Golden Gloves. So when I went in the damn military and they figured all this damn shit out, and figured I was just no coon-ass boy, I could pull a trigger, well, guess what? The diesel mechanic part didn't work out. So what they did was they made me airborne. 101st Airborne Ranger. That wasn't bad. Jumping out of airplanes wasn't worth a shit the first 2 or 3 times. I didn't like jumping out of a perfectly good airplane for some reason. Never understood that part. They sent me to Vietnam, and of course I was just a damn grunt, jumping out of damn airplanes, and I have no idea what the hell they saw in me. I don't. I just doing what they telling me to do. Next thing I knew, rank was coming in and popping me up, and before I knew it, I was elite. Bad of the baddest. And by then, I'd already got the attitude where I just didn't really give a shit if I lived or died. I run a team of 12, counting myself. And our sole purpose was to go in and take people out. And that's what we did. There's a lot of it that I regret. I mean, my wife, she was back home and didn't know if I was going to come home in a body bag or a wheelchair or whatever. When it came time for me to come home, you got to figure by the time they actually wanted me to get the hell out of there, I'd been, shot twice. And they kept patching my ass up. And they'd always, each time they say, well, what do you want to do, Sarge? You want to go home? You want to stay? Well, I want to stay. Well, the third damn time around, they didn't give me a choice. They said, you going home? Well, me and my 11 guys, we went on our last mission, and they actually had to send a platoon in to get me, because I wasn't coming in. The thing is, when I went to boot camp, I came home from boot camp, I had a 30-day leave when I came home. And being the eldest, everybody was pushing me to get married and shit like that. Well, the thing is, it's kind of hard to do when you're gay. But the thing is, my best friend that I'd known since, I don't know, 5th grade or something. We were best friends, and her family was pushing her, and so we decided to go ahead and do it. Married 38 years, 3 kids. Had no regrets about that either. Like I said before, I've been all over the United States. I've been all over the freaking world. But this is the one place that I can come home to, and I am fully accepted for who I am. I am not judged or put down. You know, I'll be grandpa one day, I'll be grandma the next day. It doesn't matter. I mean, hell, I got the nails to prove it. And the thing is, anybody walks in this damn camp and tries to put this old man down, you ain't got to worry about this old man. You better worry about the rest of the camp.
I was here the whole time. Every 15 minutes, I had to go down and knock the ice off my tent. That was a full-time job. We had another guy in that tent right there. Knew the storm was coming, so he went to a hotel and expected us to take care of his tent. Yeah, right. But when he got back, his tent was laid down flat. Tried to get in my face about, no, you should have stayed here. You knew the storm was coming. You know you live in a tent. Now take your ass back to the hotel room and stay there.
The thing about living in a tent is it's, that's no big deal. But the thing is, after a while, when a tent stays up for so long, it gets to the point where you walk up and put your finger through it. It's no longer a viable place to live. We have a person, I ain't gonna name no names or anything like that, that's helping us out, and I'm building these sheds, like you're seeing right now, for people to live in. A lot better than a tent. And until they tell me I can't do it no more, I'll keep on doing it. I'll let him your ass up now. They've been following me around all damn day.
Well, thank God it's moving day. We're gonna get the rest of the stuff out of the tent. Put it in the hut. This will be our permanent home for right now.
He's like, what is going on? We're moving. Now when the wind blows, I don't have to worry about it falling in on me. And the wind blows.
I finally got a job. It's a different career. So I'm just gonna hope for the best, but I should be starting it next week. It's quite a change, but I'm looking forward to the change. That's a load off my mind. I don't care if it ain't number $200 a week, but just starting somewhere from scratch, from 0 to 60, yeah, I like that. So we really don't have a whole lot of time left here at Dignity Harbor. I don't think so anyway. The job I'll be working is right up there on Broadway. I mean, I couldn't find an apartment closer. I couldn't find one closer. Matter of fact, it'll actually be kind of miserable once I do have to move here and then have to find transportation back and forth, to the job.
Homeless people, you gotta remember, had jobs. We know what we're doing, but people won't give us a chance. Just because we're homeless don't mean we're stupid. You know what I'm saying? But nobody will give us a chance because the economy ain't there. Because more and more people today are still losing their jobs. Companies are still folding. It's gotta change. Work's gotta change first. So I've got a lot of huts to build before winter, during winter. No building permit. I ain't getting one and won't get one. And that's not being cocky. I sit on the floodplain. It's federal land. They said I could do it as long as I kept it to code. It's not me, it's what we do. Maybe I may be like the front man that everybody makes it all be that. I'm more like the politician in the camp. We don't steal nothing. We don't panhandle. We bust our wood to sell wood, anything we can to make us sufficient. We're the most efficient camp in the city.
See, a lot of things about you guys, y'all don't understand. There's a lot of drugs going around here, and a lot of people's talking like a lot of liquor dog shit, right? Like, they don't know what you're talking about, right? But there's a lot of people down doing heroin, cocaine, doing all this shit, and then they sit here and do the double talk, right? Just keep your mouth shut. You understand? Keep your mouth shut.
One thing led to another with him and Bruce, and next thing you know, he just got kicked out. He didn't even get all his stuff. His stuff was still there. And the way he left, you know, like in the middle of the night, everybody wondered where he went to.
I can deal with people for so long, but after so long, I have something to say to you. But I don't jump on nobody. I talk to them peacefully. I only call the memory about what they did, and then I tell them it's just time to go. You don't jump on nobody. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's not for you to judge, it's for the guy. But I don't need them here corrupting. We're trying to build up, I don't need anybody tearing down. So it's got to stop.
Bruce is the family cousin that we tolerate and we love, but we don't invite to family reunions. I mean, talking from a reality standpoint, you know, yeah, you may be homeless, but we've still got family. We've all been to those family reunions. We've all been to, you know, oh, good God, here comes such and such, and well, let's be nice for right now, and then move on.
Grandpa's missing. Don't know where the old coop's at, but like to have him back. I wasn't here. Something happened. We miss you, Grandpa. We had a many fun times. We became family. Where I'm from, family don't walk out on family. If you're gonna work it as a family, live as a family. Through thick and thin, freeze and rain, anything that goes down.
I did what the family expected when my wife was laying on her deathbed. She said, honey, you did what the family wanted you to do. Now it's your turn to live your life. And I got news for you. I am. I live as a man and I live as a woman. And the thing is, my family here accepts it. And I tell you what, I dare anybody to come in this camp and badmouth my ass. Because they won't only have me to deal with, but they have the whole family to deal with.
Hope and Bruce and Grandpa, they all three got drunk. And Bruce, our Grandpa said something sideways to Bruce. And Bruce came at him. When I came out of my tent, Bruce is like, honey, I'd get back in your tent or go in the kitchen and get warm. I'm like, dude, I just gotta pee. And I go in the kitchen and Hope's standing there with a butcher knife. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him. If he does if Grandpa touches Bruce, I'm killing Grandpa.
You know, right now the guys that, the people that's in this place, they're all good people. I don't have a problem with nobody. Nobody has a problem with me. At least they haven't told me that yet.
Grandpa left, he'll never be back. He showed his ass real good one night and had to leave. He left, packed up lock, stock, and barrel and went to Colorado. That didn't work out, so he thought he could come back here. I started not to let him come back.
And it all started because all three of them were drunk. And Bruce is sitting out there yelling, you panty ass wearing fucking queer, get the fuck out of this camp, and this, that. Grandpa shouldn't have gone. Bruce was just being a bully.
But that was wrong for him to have to leave. Sure the hell was. Caused by one little idiot.
My camp's in a big mess because the storm has been rough on us. We got wood everywhere. We had to drop all the tents. I can't take anybody else. There's a lot of people out in the street that I can't help right now. So this is the last Thanksgiving, last Christmas, last New Year's, last spring. We'll probably be here unless things change. Winter was real hard on us. Tore up a lot of stuff, but we're rebuilding. All the money I made, when I'm out rehabbing, I dump into this camp, the gas, send the girls home, all that. I do it because I have a 13-year-old niece. They got raped, beat, has sickle cell, and I have to take care of it.
I'm drinking some moonshine. I'm drinking some hooch and sticking my tongue in a flat sack.
That ain't gonna do it.
Purifying your sister, dog.
That ain't gonna do it.
Oh, you ain't tricking me into no tribal shit.
We're getting ready to have a bunch of revivals up here for any church that helps us with Christian folk.
My name's Kevin. I work for a group called Extreme Faith. It's a thing that we started about 10 years ago, my buddies and I. We've got 70 or 80 volunteers with us, and we've fed hundreds of people. It's pretty interesting.
They got a lot of people that live down here. They just don't. It's sad, you know. They can't get out of what they're doing. And I tell you what, man, them guys are pissing their pants and sleeping in them and wearing them all week, and then take them off and burn them and put a new pair on because somebody gave them to them. And then all these church people come up and give them everything 10 times more than what they need, because the motherfuckers need to get off their ass and go to work, you know? It's a hot fucking day, dudes.
One thing that we try to shy away from is there's the groups that'll just drop food, honk the horn, and drive away. The groups that just come down and hand sandwiches out once a month, they're helping, but they're also kind of hindering a little bit. If you don't get to know these people, how are you going to encourage them to take the next step? So our main goal is relationship building. That's going to be how we change this place. It's not about handing stuff out. It's not about the money that we pour into it. You can pour millions of dollars into it. It's not going to change it. You got to have somebody on the ground being their friend.
Well, I know a few people down here. I knew we had a wood splitter down here. I've asked quite a few people where to take the wood, because I'd fill up a nursery and I wouldn't have no other place to put it, so I just bring it down here.
We might get in trouble. The city might start try to throw us out here, no place to go, for no reason. That's not what we want, it's what we need. They keep going. We want our jobs back. We want our houses back. It's the same thing you got. A lot of y'all about to lose them. People in your family about to lose them. Don't hate on the man sleeping in the bus stop. It might be one of your relatives. Because there's an economy, everybody's still in jobs. I'm OG and I'm signing off. I'll see y'all later.
Let's talk to Bill Seedoff, who has vowed to close this Hooverville this summer. Bill, you're the director of the city's Department of Human Services, and this little tent village called Hopeville has been under your skin for a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, you know, Hopeville and the encampments on the riverfront have been something that has been a concern for a long time to the city. This all started, of course, with the tunnel being demolished that occurred in early part of last year. And we have continued to monitor the situation there. And I guess, with the escalation of the murder that occurred there a couple of days ago, that has just added to our concern about that particular area.
Yeah, it's I think it's an embarrassment for the nation, an embarrassment for the city.
I wasn't there. I was out camp. Started with the mayor of Hopeville.
What I heard down there in that field, there was a cat fight going on. They intervened to try and stop the cat fight because the mayor was their supplier to the drugs. So they jumped on the one that was fighting with the mayor. The guys down there, they intervened trying to break it up. Adrian, he was the one caught the bad end of it. About 4:15 this morning, the police get called back out because they jumped on somebody else with an axe. But they took the person that they jumped on with the axe and threw him in the river.
When the detectives got there, they said that's the end of Hopeville. Even the newsman said that's the end of Hopeville. And I haven't heard it officially to me nothing. Possibly everybody may have to me. We gotta stay out of it to be safe ourselves. You know, we've been here for 3 years, they didn't even know it. We didn't even know y'all were down here, because we ain't no problem. Now you got Hopeville, everybody know we're down here.
The city can come, but they gonna see who the main problem was once it's all said and done. They supposed to be like a family or community down there, but that's like the city of thieves. There's no honor among thieves, so.
If they gotta go, they gonna burn all the camps. That's what they say. But like I said, let's just see how she goes. Because you can go crazy out here. That's not easy. And it's not safe. And that's the way Yeah, I got 'em.
Okay, y'all, we're moving into our new apartment. Just like y'all saw us moving into a new tent. And this is the bedroom. So how'd I look, y'all? Moving from a tent to an apartment. This is our brand new bed. I'm too lazy to put the rails on right now, so it's gonna have to wait. Then we gotta break in the mattress, if y'all know what I mean. And this is the bathroom. Watch how fast this toilet flush. You see it? This is the living room. I love the idea of just basic, simple rooms with a toilet and a bedroom and a place to eat, like the kitchen.
And this is the kitchen where we eat.
And what you eat right now. Oh, that's like Beverly Hills Villas. It's like Beverly Hills Villas. From zero to being rich. Because that's how your own apartment makes you feel. You know, like the man said, you can do anything you want, but without real estate, you ain't nothing. Now we got our own. The only thing that I can tell you from is from what I've seen and what I live from. It's all one big lie. OG is in a love affair with himself. As long as he thinks he's king of that mountain right there, he's fine.
He picked us out for being suspicious and sneaky.
Yeah, that's it. He called us scandalous because he thought we stole his dog. I kept trying to tell him, man, I never touched his dog. How in the hell am I gonna steal a homeless dog from a homeless shelter and stay at the homeless shelter myself? It makes no sense at all. You'd have to be on drugs or something to even think that way.
Well, nothing was secure there anymore either. You never knew what was going to happen next.
We have not yet seen a bunch of women stay at their camp. Maybe one or two while we were staying there. It's mixed couples and men that stay at their camp. And that means that discards all the truth that he says about the camp, because it's not a bunch of women staying at the camp. And the biggest lie that is down there
is that he cares about you.
Is that he cares about people. He don't care about anybody but himself. Never did and never will. As long as you can be down there splitting wood or burning brush so he can get free money, tax-free, you cannot help the homeless people unless you got your heart into it and you got some logical conclusion to come up with how you're going to get them out of there to be productive citizens. That's what it's all about. And at that camp right there, you will never get no more farther than drinking beer and cutting some wood.
Logs.
That's it. And when he gets tired of you, or you do something that he don't like, the next thing you know, he's gonna want to be trying to put you out too.
I just got word this morning that my oldest son went by and saw my grandmother. I wanted to cry, but I couldn't. I wanted to be down there, but there's no way I can get there and get back. So I just have to deal with it until I'm able to make a way to get down there, see him, spend time with my family, and go on.
There you go. They're still in the water. Here we have the city taking the water supply for the homeless people. So they're trying to force you out, thirst you to death, but they're taking it. You see them laughing, they think it's real funny, but that ain't. That was the spigot to Hopeville, but of course they can get water from me, so we'll see how that goes.
It's an unfortunate state of affairs. Over the last 2 years, I've been plugging in this camp, trying to help folks, keep them warm. People that are living here, some of them are hard times, some of them are on good times, but they're people, and they need to be someplace. They need to have water. They need to have respect. I mean, everything's very chaotic in the world right now. The least we could do is take care of our own people. Yet the city feels it's necessary to move these people off this land. They're still people, and I guess it's just par for the course.
I came down and checked it out a couple of times. Realized I already knew a bunch of people that were down here. And I agree with the movement. The system's screwed up. That's basically what I've been doing. What I saw Hopeville as was a kind of little protest in and of itself. Now there's lots of other people that are realizing how screwed up the system is and finally starting to step up. I'm Flower, Dina, former mayor of Hopeville, and now I'm with the Occupy St. Louis.
Why the ex-mayor? Why did you leave Hopeville?
It was time for me to go.
Well, there's always been hobo camps of the counterculture. Dignity Harbor has been staying down there for a couple years now. It has been causing a lot of trouble. But the city's wanting to run them out, which I don't think's right. These folks here are camped in a park without permit and are being tolerated, which I thank God they are, because I think they need to be here.
I don't know where this camp is going. There's a lot of rumors going around, which is the same. I mean, there'd be rumors going around down there left and right that everybody's got to be gone by this time. They're going to do this. They're going to kick everybody out. Da-da-da-da-da. They're going to get us an empty building. And you could get every single person that's down there in those camps a house, and it doesn't mean that it's going to last, and it doesn't compensate for all the other homeless people either. That's just a fraction of people that are out on the streets.
I mean, I think they want them gone, whatever it takes. They just don't want them there. The thing is, a lot of them will move, but they're just going to move someplace else. Why not have a safe, reasonably clean environment for them to cohabitate? They're supposed to be on docks or under steps or on vents in front of the hospital or whatever, you know. I don't know where they need to be. I know that nobody should be able to tell somebody to move off the river. Nobody should be able to own the river. That's what I think, you know. And the reason our forefathers designed this society and our Constitution that we might peaceably gather is because they came from an over totalitarian system. The same reason we have the right to vote, the free press. So that's what these people are doing. They're peacefully gathering. They should be allowed to. No doubt about it. No doubt it. You can't bet on much, but things will change. And I just pray that it's a peaceful change, an enlightenment, and that people will learn to create change with peace. Gandhi tried it. Martin Luther, been several. Jesus. It's just not always an easy trail, but it's the best path. So I pray that it stays peaceful down here and that these people aren't rousted at either one of these places, Dignity Harbor or this place. That's all I got to say about that.
Steve, you're on KMOX.
I've been going down there with a group that works with the homeless every other week, and not everybody that's down there are drug addicts. There are a lot of people that are carpenters and stuff that are out of work, and they've got no place to go. They've lost their home. I mean, it's like with any group, if you get 100 people, you're going to get some that are bad.
Now, let me ask you this. Bill, Steve is well-intentioned. Is he helping or hurting the situation?
I agree with him. I mean, there are some, bad apples in that group down there. But I think, we can do better in terms of serving individuals who have those kind of needs. We have mental illness, we have co-occurring disorders, addiction. There's many things that afflict the individuals that are involved in these encampments. And, we really are embarking on an effort now to try to find something, a better alternative. Clearly, the model of the city is permanent supportive housing. We have done that with some success in terms of adding additional units here in the city, and that has reduced our homeless population by about 30%.
Don't know how much longer we'll be here. Our city official promises that when we build our buildings, to make them removable, and they give us 2 months to move it. Well, they ain't really told us yet. The girls are going to need a lot of stuff to move. If they do have to move, they're going to need shelter and stuff. and we got so much stuff to do. So that's all I know for now, and hope things change for the best instead of the worst.
OG has been the father that I have never had. Loretta's been the mom that I miss. I wouldn't trade them in for the world at all. They're my family. They really are. They're good people, good-hearted people. And I love them dearly. This, like I said, this is my home. This will always be my home. And I wouldn't trade it in for the world.
Well, it's a matter of them showing up when they're supposed to show up.
Yeah, it's just a matter of them
Like
showing up.
today,
We're trying to wait on them to show up.
Yeah, they were supposed to be here at 1 o'clock or 11 o'clock, and they're not here.
If you're not here and they show up, then all of a sudden it's your fault.
Exactly. And I got, I just got this job. I took off in order to get
but
down
see,
here
they
to be
assume,
on time to get on the list.
I hope they don't assume, since you're homeless, that you got nothing else to do.
Right, and that's not right.
That's crazy.
That's not right.
No. Punctuality says a lot.
Exactly.
At least you make your intent look better.
Exactly.
How are they going to place us in just 2.5 weeks?
Now, I'm assuming, according to her, she says they have in place apartments, places like that already set. That's what they told us. Yeah.
All right. Well, the city is, tonight they're giving us our eviction notice for the camps in St. Louis, probably 70 people. Everybody's apprehensive about what the city's going to do for us because they've done this before. And of course, 90% of the people are still here.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. We will begin a systematic process of assisting people to relocate from this area.
I want to get out of here.
We will start with Dignity Harbor, and then we'll move to Hopeville, and then Sparta and the other encampment. The goal is to assist everyone in getting housing. And we will do an assessment of each individual, and we will work with each individual to help determine their needs. We've done this before, but this is basically our final process for relocation.
That's all I'm saying. Is they got all that money allocated to them, they're living off of it, and we get squat, man. We get nothing. They're driving around in their fancy rides. They come down here and they blow smoke up our butt and tell us, oh, we're going to give you a house. We're going to do all this. But we receive squat, a bus pass, and then they take it back too. That's how much they care. Why should they care? They're getting their little salary off of us. The head of that place wouldn't even shake my hand. Act like he didn't even know I existed. Oh, you don't know I was gonna beat him down. It's the truth, brother.
They're taking us out of a situation where we're safe and putting us in a situation where we are extremely vulnerable. I don't appreciate that at all.
The city just came and gave me opportunity to be placed in housing. So right now, I'm currently waiting for housing. I've been waiting for this moment a long time. So I think this is going to be the new beginning. And hopefully everything works out for everyone in their housing situations.
I've been out here for 4 years now. I haven't had any proper outlook on life because I was being looked down on. Because I kept pushing and pushing and pushing and helping out others. By me helping others out, some came through and helped me out. Now I'm able to get my apartment, and I'm happy about that. To help is the only way to do things. Not look for nothing in return, because it'll come back to you in a bigger reward than you actually would expect. Besides my 2 sons, my 3 daughters, along with my fiance, and my pet cat, I'm one of the happiest men alive.
Just to touch on one thing, they came down here, what was it, October of last year, started this all up, and they did put some people in the housing and stuff like that. It's like football. You fumble every once in a while, but you pick the ball up. That's what they did. They fumbled. They might have fumbled just a little bit. But what I'm saying is, but they might have fumbled just a little bit. But they kept on picking the ball up and picking it up and keep on striving forward and forward for us. You know, at least they're doing something for us. So we need to get off the streets and do what they want us to do.
Our goal is to end chronic homelessness, and if we can show the people that fund us at the federal level that St. Louis is doing an amazing job of ending chronic homelessness, then we can have more resources to help people, not just in the city, but in the region. And that's what we've been working on the past maybe 6 months, helping the region end chronic homelessness.
We'll see what happens, if they're actually going to they're going to hold up to their word and find people residence and other resources that the people need.
Man, I wish I was that strong.
So what will happen with the transition in place is we will help you immediately get into housing. A case manager will work with you as you seek housing, and then the assistance will gradually step down.
I'll squeeze in somewhere. Just get the big jar in here.
I want to make this a positive transition, and I know it can be a little upsetting, but we want to make it smooth as possible.
And we got everybody, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now, I'm gonna watch this stuff till one of them comes back. Because as soon as they know that everybody's vacated, there's gonna be probably quite a few raccoons coming through the camp, you see. That's the nature of humans. It's most of them raccoons, not all of them.
Do you know where OG's living now at all? Do people just got tired of OG, or?
I think it was a combination of things. It was probably, I'm not exactly sure, but there was definitely a shift in energy. What exactly transpired, I can't say because I wasn't here for the duration of it. But the fact is, OG was here for 3 years, maybe more. Built this place, and he had help doing it. And then the scales tipped, and I guess he felt the need to leave. I think that they can wipe this and these camps out, and there'll be another camp someplace else. I think they're doing it in a nice way. I think they have channeled some federal money. You know, they're putting them in a place as opposed to just bulldozing them like they did in the past.
Well, you know, it's been a very positive effect on all of us. They're all trying to help us make this transition as easy as possible. They gave us our monthly bus passes so that we can go look for apartments. I mean, hey, what more could a homeless person ask for? And I'll tell you one thing, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. They're paying the rent for a whole year, but if you get a job, then you pay a percentage of your rent up until that year, you know. And that's wonderful, man. It's like I said, I don't need a handout, I need a hand up. You know, that's all I needed. That's all I needed. I was upset at first, you know, because I signed up last September and I guess I slipped through the cracks or something, I don't know. But they've more than made up for it. Well, it had to end sometime. Dignity Harbor, we were a family. You know, we looked out for each other. See, it wasn't that you were supposed to stay there forever, you know. That was the whole idea of it. It was a place for you to get off the streets, pitch your tent or whatever, and be in a safe place instead of being out there alone, you know. And it was a place where you could find food, friendship, and help. I'm looking for the new bridge. I want to cross over that instead of going back. All right? That's all I got to say.
We said, as long as people didn't do anything that caused any danger to either themselves or to others, and we kind of looked the other way. But unfortunately, it didn't turn out that way. The whole model that we're now utilizing is called Housing First, and that's to get people into permanent housing with support services as quickly as we possibly can. Only use emergency shelters for emergencies. There's always going to be that need, but you don't want it as a standard way of life. I mean, anybody with any common sense knows that this is not a good thing. When you got people stabbed to death, you got the kind of violence that we've had down here, this is not a good thing, and it is not a humane way to house people. We are not going to have this ever done again, because this has proven to be a complete disaster for the people that have attempted to live here. So we're going the extra mile. We're taking the extra step. We're going as far as we possibly can to help people and do this in a very deliberative and very sensible way, and in a sensitive way as well.
I love all of you guys. I'm gonna miss everybody. They just tore down our home. But you know what? I know, I trust, I believe that I'm still gonna have my family. We just gotta find a new home. That's what I got to say about it. I am tragically happy is the best way to put it. Yes, this sucks, but I know everybody's gonna be okay in the end.